Thank you, Madam Chair. I rise in strong support of this amendment. This important amendment would prevent implementation of a dangerous new rule from the Trump administration that once again holds hostage the health care of people who need it most. This rule would undermine patient protections and dramatically expand federal law. It would allow even the religious beliefs of staff peripherally involved in care, like those in billing or scheduling, to determine a patient's access to health care. I think we would all agree that religious liberty is a fundamental American value, but that freedom to worship does not justify harming others who do not share your beliefs. That is, in fact, the opposite of what our founders intended. This rule would license harm in multiple ways. That's not religious liberty, that's discrimination. That is why we need this amendment. We must ensure that no American is refused the treatment and care they need. It would protect LGBTQ patients who could be denied certain procedures under this new rule because of their gender identity or sexual orientation. This amendment would also protect patients who need the HIV prevention treatment, PrEP, or the opioid overdose reversal drug, naloxone. Individuals who might otherwise be refused care thanks to the broad leeway this rule gives to health workers and other entities. And most disconcerting to me, the rule creates confusion around healthcare providers' obligations to patients in emergency situations, potentially putting patients in danger when, for example, they are hemorrhaging, experiencing heart failure, or suffering other serious complications. And tangentially, this rule reminds me of when hospitals were given the right to refuse to accept African Americans as patients because they didn't believe that they should have to treat them for whatever their reasons might be, religious or otherwise. And for that, I strongly support my colleague and this amendment, and I ask that my colleagues do the same. I yield back.
The gentlelady from California is recognized on her amendment for 1 minute to close.
Let me thank the gentlelady from New Jersey for reminding us of our history. And just want to mention this one point, Dr. Harris. When my mother was pregnant and about to deliver me, when she was in labor, the hospital, based on religious beliefs, wouldn't allow her in, and she almost died, okay? So we don't need to go back there. We don't need to go back there. It was religious beliefs. My mother was Black, and they would not let her in the hospital, and she almost died. And so today, I hope you support this amendment because we can't allow us to go back to those days. This amendment is supported by the American Medical Association, the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists. I could go on, but we need to oppose this rule because it does interfere with the patient's ability to get care, like it interfered with my mother's ability when she was about to have me. And this also violates the AMA's Code of Medical Ethics. So I ask for an aye vote.